Damn it.
Oh no, what now?
Nothing. Okay. Hi, it's me, Princess Scarlet, back with another fucking tier list. This is our third take trying to do this shit. But anyway, it's progressive metal. And of course, we got the usual co-host, TheBennychin. Introduce yourself again.
Hey guys, TheBennychin here, and welcome to another epic tier list. Except this one is about a genre of music that I wouldn't really consider that epic, but it's something. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, and for the first time in the tier list, we also got Doc.
Howdy.
Yeah, he's the because neither me and the Bennychin like prog. He's the prog guy, I guess.
Yep. And I gotta disagree with the Benny Chin. I think this is an epic tier list. It's literally the definition of epic.
All right, I'll give you that.
The definition. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, first band, Meme Theater.
Oh boy, the
This is the
king,
part.
the kings of boring.
This is the part that you're gonna make me hate myself for. Is because I'm gonna have to defend Dream Theater. I
Oh my
like I
god.
I like Dream Theater, but they're like the Metallica of prog metal in
They
that you
basically
got a
are.
bunch of like plebs going, "Oh my god, Dream Theater's amazing. They're so technical
They're
and
so cool. They're
crazy
so
songs." It's
technical.
like, no, they're not.
Like, how do they
They're a
even
good
play
band.
this shit, bro? Like, oh my god. But
They're
yeah,
a good band.
I'd have to put Dream Theater in soiled shit for sure.
I'm
That's
gonna put it.
solid
It's
shit.
okay. I'm gonna put it's
Solid
okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, I'll put them in solid shit.
Okay. For me, they go up. They just barely escape diarrhea because I um like two songs from them, but other than that, yeah, they're kind of boring. So
What songs do you like?
I find them
uh,
boring as fuck.
Dance of Eternity and Panic Attack.
Oh, yeah,
I
those are
just
okay.
listen to their shit. Like, I mean, I don't I don't hate them. I'm not to the point where I hate them, but I just think they're boring as fuck. I cannot listen to these guys. So I definitely have to put them in solid shit.
Okay, so anyway, I think
T-
outtakes.
it's okay for me, but yeah,
I think that averages out to cringe. Cringe.
They're a
I can
cringe band.
accept cringe.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
They're cringe now. I mean, the way they sound now with James LeBree's shitty vocals. Yeah, they're cringe.
yeah. All
Yes.
right. 2L.
Oh boy, God, Tool.
Learn to swim.
All right. I'm probably gonna have to put them in solid shit as well. I'm
I'm gonna go.
just I'm not a fan of Tool. I like one song from them, and it's just Schism. That's it. Other than that, I find them boring as fucking shit. I'd say they're probably more boring than Dream Theater.
Peach knows the pieces fit. I would say they're pretty nice, actually. I mean, when they're like really good, they're really good. So I go pretty nice. The only reason I wouldn't go premium stuff is because their last two albums were kind of meh to me, but they weren't terrible. But I'd say pretty nice.
Okay, now as for me, I'd say Tool. They go in cringe tier because like their bass sound is just. While I don't hate them as much as Dream Theater, just kind of except for like actually I do really like one song from them.
For
It's
me, they're like two oh wait, sorry. Yeah, what were you saying?
the song in question being Hooker with a Penis.
What the fuck? That's a song by them?
Yeah.
They
wow.
actually back in the day when they used to play in clubs, they actually used to have a cross dresser strip on stage. So like they were like early Tool is kind of fucking amazing now that I think about it. Like they were pretty out there, but like the later on they got kind of like dad rockish.
I'm conflicted by that because like I wouldn't say like stripping. I mean, you know, it's kind of like uh, what's the term? Sexualizing. No wait, objectifying people, but at the same time, it is cool how they were cool with cross dressing. So I'm
I
conflicted.
I think it was here's the thing about Tool, which I kind of love, is that they hate their fans.
Okay,
It's
that's
like
actually kind of
I love bands. Like if you hear Maynard talk about like his fans, he's like, yeah, they're a bunch of idiots. And the reason they had
funny.
I think they started seeing because like there's a section of Tool fans that are like bro dudes, and I think they kind of realized that, and so they were trying to kind of deal with that in kind of a smart ass way. Like they knew like okay, like dude bros are gonna like they see a cross dresser strip, like they're just gonna be like, what the fuck? And it's gonna make them question themselves, which
Yes, that's kind of funny.
I think
But yeah, like for me, Tool, like I mean, they combine like they're like man, they're like metal fusions that I find to be boring. Like alternative metal, most alternative metal I find to be boring. Most prog metal I find to be boring. So for me, Tool are just like one of the most ultimate boring bands for me out there.
they combine all the worst things you hate.
I don't hate them. Like I just find those types of music to be typically boring. So like Tool for me are just like a pretty like just super fucking boring band. I don't hate them, but I just think they're boring as fuck. So I'm gonna have to put them in solid shit.
I'm gonna put them pretty nice.
And I
That's my vote.
say they're cringe. So is that
So does
averages
that
out to
put 'em in cringe?
it's okay.
Oh no.
Does
Here
that
we
average
go.
out to cringe? Because like I mean I got solid shit. You got cringe, and then Doc has them in pretty nice.
It would go like probably between cringe and it's okay. If I have to like take a guess there.
Sure,
But
it doesn't matter that much either way.
Yeah. So next up Gojira.
Oh jeez. All right. I'm pretty sure I've actually seen these guys live. Let's see. So I was going to see Slipknot, and then they came with like a bunch of like random metal bands, like of like all different genres. It was really weird because like they had like I went for Slipknot, but they also had Volbeat, Gojira. I'm pretty sure it's either them or some other band, but I'm pretty sure it's Gojira.
did you just say
I don't remember.
Gojira?
Gojira?
Gojira.
How you pronounce them? I don't fucking care. But yeah, it was either them or some other boring prog band. Um, and also like Behemoth. I thought it was cool that they came. Behemoth are pretty fucking
Oh
sick.
god. That's a band I don't like.
Why? What's wrong
Yeah,
with
Behemoth for
Behemoth?
cringe, but
They're
Why?
like they're like black metal Ghost. And Ghost is
I
already
mean, I
bad to
can
begin
kind of
with.
see why you say that, but I mean, I wouldn't say exactly. I'd say they're
Uh
really just like a fairly popular black and death metal band.
they're not good.
alright, but anyway,
I
but this
actually
isn't
like
about
them. I'm like the biggest fan of them, but I like them.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
anyways.
go Hero, go Gyra. I don't fucking care. However you pronounce it.
this is
They
what
all-
I think about Go Gyroscope. I think.
I'd say they're. I guess I'll put them in cringe. I dislike them a little less than I do Tool and Dream Theater. I mean, they're not the worst, but overall, I'm not really too huge a fan of them. I just, again, they're one of those bands I think are pretty boring.
Here's the thing. I like Gojira. I wouldn't say I'm a super fan. I enjoy a lot of like their older stuff the best, but I don't consider them really prog. But
Really?
if
What do you
if you're
consider them then? I'd say they're a lot of stuff.
more like groove metal.
Yeah, I'd say they're like groove metal, prog metal, and death metal. I'd say they're sort of all three.
I would say they're like the most. If I had to put them in like a category, I would say they're groove metal. But
I guess that's fair. Overall, I'd call them prog, though. I'd say they're both, really.
I don't really see like anything they do as like proggy though.
They sound fairly
Just because
proggy to me.
you do a couple of picks a couple of pick scrapes doesn't mean you're like prog.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, if that was the case, then Revenge would be the proggiest band of all time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, okay, but if somebody had to twist my arm and they're like, okay, you gotta like on the merits of just them, I would say they're pretty nice.
Alright.
It's prog. I wouldn't count them, but if I had to, I would say pretty nice.
Let's make a groove metal tier list next. It'll be great.
I'm down. I'm so down for that. I am super
Hell
down.
yeah, that'll be awesome. I fucking love groove metal.
Bro, I can't
It's
think
groove,
of
dude.
many.
I love groove metal also.
Bro, I can't think of many groove metal bands though. But
Oh,
anyway,
I'll help you out with that because I know a bunch of groove metal bands.
Yeah, too. I know a fair amount of groove metal bands as well.
all right then. Anyway, Gojira.
Gojira. I like how you say all Japanese.
I always
Gojira.
pronounce
It's the
them
proper
correctly.
pronunciation. God damn it.
I don't fucking care.
Okay, so yeah, they're
This is
okay.
I like-
Lessons.
I liked them.
I like
quite
stuff.
Huh?
I like subs on my Gojira concerts, not dubs.
Bruh. Okay.
Well,
Anyway, about these guys, yeah, I liked them quite a bit when I was first getting into metal, actually.
oh,
Though
really? Interesting.
my appreciation,
They're definitely a gateway band.
yeah, but my appreciation for them has died down quite a bit. So I would say they're okay.
I'd still put them in cringe.
I'm okay with it's okay. Like,
Alright.
if you want to put them there.
Yeah, I think that averages out to it's okay anyway. Alright, Queensryche.
Oh boy. All right, this is okay. Queensryche. This is the one band. Well, not the one band, but I'd say this is the band out of all of them that I like the most. I think they're really decent actually. I'll have to put them in premium stuff. Queensryche are actually a pretty badass prog metal band.
Here's the thing about Queensryche, though. Like, they were only really a prog metal band for one album. I'll give you this. That album is amazing.
Because they're not even that prog. That's why I
Yeah.
like them. They sound like Iron Maiden to me.
I mean, they're amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like, their early shit's fucking Up to Empire is fucking awesome. But I guess off that one album, because I'm gonna have a couple of one album or a couple of albums or amazing bands that I'm gonna put on premium. So I'd say premium stuff, sure. I mean, Operation Mindcrime
I can
deserves
completely agree. They're Queensryche are premium stuff. These guys are badass. I remember the way I found out about them actually is from like my math class. Like my teacher, he was really into like prog music. Like He had like so many
Based.
fucking Rush posters, like fucking everywhere, like in the
Bass
class.
teacher.
Like, yeah, he was a pretty cool guy actually, and he was a huge Rush fan, and he definitely liked a lot of other prog bands. But I remember like he put on like that album for me, and I was like, holy fuck, who are these guys? How have I not heard of these guys before? They're super cool. But yeah, Queensryche, I love these guys. They're sick.
That was actually
Definitely.
my second ever concert, Queensryche.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
hmm
That must have been badass.
Oh yeah, it was super awesome.
Hell yeah. How about you, Scarlett? What do you think of them?
Okay, so in comparison to everyone else here, I'd say they're pretty nice.
How about we put them in premium stuff, though? Because, like,
Two premium
me
stuff because we
me
got
and
two
Doc can
votes.
definitely
Yeah,
agree on
exactly.
premium
Like, no
stuff.
matter what, I would say I'd put them in there for use.
Yay. Hell yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Queensryche are fucking amazing. These guys rock.
Alright, next up, uh, Mastodon.
Oh boy, Mastodon. I think these guys are cool, but like I could never really get into them that much. Like they're one of those bands where it's like, I mean, like I've had a fair amount of like friends say, "Oh hey, you know Mastodon," and like I check them out. Like I think I think overall they're a good band, but I'm not too into them. I think they're cool, but I'm not crazy about them. So I'll probably put them in It's Okay.
I'm gonna go pretty nice with them. They don't. They have like some tasty riffs and like some cool shit, but they don't have anything that like absolutely blows my mind. Where I'm like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, like
Yeah,
just
me too. Same with me.
makes me freak out. So I'm gonna go pretty nice. They got good stuff.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on them, honestly. I don't
Oh, really?
really listen to them. So, I guess going just by you two, they go at the bottom of pretty nice.
All right, sure, that works. I mean, I never really hated them overall. I'd say they're a decent band.
Right, Oropath.
Oh boy.
Oh
I definitely
wow.
put them in diarrhea. Fuck Opeth.
Okay, I'm gonna go the polar opposite. I would put them premium stuff actually.
Oh,
Like
jeez.
they have some duds, but like their amazing shit is beyond amazing. So like I gotta go
Every time
premium.
I tried to get into these guys for like 8 fucking years, I never could. Every time I tried to get into them, these guys bored the absolute fucking shit out of me. I fucking hate these guys. I can't stand them. I definitely have to put them in diarrhea. I never understood why there were so many like fucking Opeth fans. Like
The riffs.
uh, the riffs never appealed to me.
The riffs are sick.
All right, you're gonna have to send me something by Opeth to try to convince me. Just send me one song after this tier list. I'll listen to it. If it can impress me, then maybe I'll change my mind. But for now, I definitely have to say these guys are complete diarrhea.
Well, do you have a problem with long songs?
Not necessarily, no.
No, okay.
There are a fair amount of long songs I like. It's just, I don't know how to explain it with Opeth. They just never impressed me. I just always got bored as fuck when I listened to them. Like,
You need to like get high and then jam a couple of songs. I'll make
I
like a
mean,
playlist.
well, here's the thing though. Like, everything sounds good when you're high, though. So that's not really a like good argument to make. I mean, like,
I wouldn't say it's
well, I
necessarily
see
that
what you
everything
mean
sounds
though.
good,
'Cause,
but you're
like,
more open
yeah,
to
I
what's
see what you
happening.
mean because like when you're high, you're definitely like, okay, you know what, I can be more
I'm
open.
ready
I
for
can
this journey.
appreciate this music. I can see. I do want to listen to them like just when I'm sober though. But yes, send me a song after this to convince me. But overall, I
I'm
can't
sure it
get
won't, but I'll try.
these guys just bore the fuck out of me. I just can't fucking listen to them.
What do you think, Scarlett?
Okay, so I think overall I would think it was solid shit, except for like there's like one song by them, so that pushes them over the edge to cringe for
Oh
me.
boy.
Where
I
would
guess
that fall for in the list? Because I put them on premium stuff.
that'd probably put them in cringe then.
Uh,
Um, because I mean, kind of averages out. I'm on diarrhea. Doc is on premium stuff. Yeah, I think that'd put him on cringe.
yeah, but I put them on cringe though.
I'd say that put it between okay and cringe.
Yeah, the bottom of it's okay. Right,
Who's next?
Fate's Warning.
Oh, they're tippity top. Premium.
Yeah, I'd probably put him in premium stuff too. Either that or pretty nice. But yeah, these
Arch
guys,
era
you
alone.
showed- the stuff you showed me of Fate's Warning, they're actually a decent band. I can get into this stuff.
Arch is
Yeah,
God.
yeah, I agree with this sentiment. Premium. No, who else is a pretty... Actually, I won't say anything. Anyway,
I know who you were gonna say.
okay, Voivod.
Oh, premium
Alright.
stuff. Easy.
I mean, I guess I'd put them in premium stuff just because, like, I like their early shit. Like, I love their thrash metal shit. So they're gonna have to. They have my respect. So I'll put them in premium stuff just because I like their thrash shit.
Hey,
I mean, they're so forward thinking. Like what they did for metal at the time is kind of like astounding when you look back at it, because it's like nobody was really doing what they were doing back in the day.
I guess so.
Like it mixing like extreme metal with this sort of weird atonal progressive sound. Like you had like progressive metal bands, but you didn't have like as heavy progressive metal bands.
That is a fair point.
okay, now Voivod. I very much like the thrash and tech thrash stuff, but yeah, once they went pretty much like pure prog metal, yeah, I feel like the quality has gone way down for me.
I can agree with that. But
I like
overall,
Nothing
I'd
Face.
say their thrash shit makes up for it. So I'd still put them in premium stuff.
Oh, God. Fine.
Yeah, there you
Hey,
go. Yeah,
Voivod is sick.
Voivod rules.
Psychotic Waltz.
Kodak Watts, the unsung heroes, the
I'd probably put
underrated.
them in. I guess. I guess pretty nice. They're pretty cool.
Oh, you know me, I'm going premium stuff. They are going to the top.
Yeah, from
Even
what
though their
I
last album was a meh, their old stuff is like fucking beyond classic.
yeah, from what I heard for them, they were pretty good. I would say pretty nice. So
Yeah.
it's one premium
But-
stuff versus two pretty nice. So yeah.
I can accept that.
Hey, Coronel.
Oh, premium
Oh.
stuff again.
Oh, here's
Premium.
what I think about Coroner. So I've only heard their first album, but that album was fucking mad. So I'm definitely in. Yeah, I love that shit. It, of course, it's thrash metal, and I'm huge into thrash metal, so I'm definitely gonna have to put him in premium stuff. That album was fucking killer.
Does any thrash adjacent band just automatically go into premium stuff for you?
Yes, absolutely. If Annihilator was here, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know if you'd consider them prog. Doc would probably consider them prog, but like,
Nah, I wouldn't really consider them prog.
Really, I'm surprised.
They're like
But
technical. Like you
yeah,
could
they're
call them
for
like maybe
sure
technical metal, but
they're for
I
sure
wouldn't call them
technical
prog.
thrash. But like, I don't know. I'm surprised you don't call them like straight up prog. You call like so many thrash bands prog, but like,
But here's the thing with like okay, like Coroner for example, like their last two albums, they're not really thrash. They're like they have more groove, if anything.
really,
It's like
no.
the Coroner,
I've only
like
heard their
for
first
Grin.
album.
What?
I've only heard their first album. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, like the last album, Green sounds nothing like the first album. It's like almost a completely different band, but it sounds amazing. Like that's the thing.
Well,
Like this is
well,
why
maybe
they're like prog to me because they changed their sound so much and they had like odd type and signatures and they had like very strange lyrical content.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, it was like very.
All right. Yeah, maybe I'll listen to the rest of their shit. But I mean, from what I've heard of from them, which is their first album, they're fucking killer. So I'll put them in premium stuff.
I mean, for me, they're pretty nice, but I guess 2 premium stuff beats out my Voivods.
Yep.
Right, there's some real premium prog. Watchtower.
Diarrhea.
Tower again?
They go to diarrhea. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
Premium stuff. I mean, that's just fucking. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Can you remind me which band was Watchtower? I can't fuck. Like what's some of their
Ron
shit?
Jarzombic, the Keezer. Come on.
I don't remember them that well, but I think I remember them being good. I think so.
I'm surprised they don't stick out in your mind a bit more, considering they're pretty thrashy.
I think I might know. I don't know. I guess if all right, I think I might know which one these guys are, but if I'm remembering right, I'd probably have to put them in Pretty Nice. They're not bad, at least from what I think I remember from them. So sure, I'll just put them in Pretty Nice.
Fucking.
I mean, even outside of like just them sounding amazing, like their influence, like they're the band that should be as big as Dream Theater. Like Dream Theater, I feel like is unjustly like considered like the kings of progressive metal. Like Watchtower, like everybody they influenced and like just like what they were doing at the time was like so like years and years ahead of the curve.
I mean, Dream Theater are rightfully the kings of prog metal because prog metal's fucking boring. Dream Theater fits prog metal perfectly.
I gotta disagree. Like Watchtower to me is like the epitome of what like prog metal should be. And here's another little interesting fact, like kind of going off subject a little bit, but Tom G. Warrior from Celtic Frost actually got Watchtower, Coroner, and Voivod signed Noise Records. So we have Celtic Frost to thank for those 3 bands. If you ever make an avant-garde tier list, like you gotta have Celtic Frost on there.
Oh boy, I really don't think I could get into avant-garde. That's like prog times 10.
I mean, as much as I love prog, like avant-garde metal is like my next love.
Hellhammer was better, but anyway,
Helheim was better.
Spiral. Architect.
Oh god.
Oh, premium stuff. Premium.
Definitely. I'd probably have to say diarrhea.
Yeah, that was musical diarrhea that we got exposed to. That was just, it was like they tried to do. It's like they tried to out Watchtower and failed spectacularly.
I mean, they were definitely influenced by Watchtower, but
These guys,
I mean, I love them.
chaos. Like I just can't. I can't listen to that shit. It's just crazy. Like, oh my god.
I mean,
can't-
I like people say like, oh, like I hate like wanky metal or whatever. Like, I like wanky metal when it goes ridiculous, where it gets so technical that it's like avant-garde almost. Like it's just ridiculous, just the
on the
way it
band.
sounds.
It really depends on the band for me. Like, I love Nile. I love the fuck out of Nile. I love their wanky shit.
I mean,
But like,
really, Nile is like the AC/DC of death metal. Like, you heard one song, you've heard them all.
what the fuck? No, they're not the AC/DC of death metal. If anything, that's Cannibal Corpse.
I mean, Cannibal Corpse is too. I mean, a lot of
No,
death
that's
metal is the AC/DC of death metal.
no. I would say the AC/DC of death metal is Bolt Thrower.
Obituary.
Actually, maybe. No, Obituary is like the Murphy's Law of death metal.
Anyway,
Premium stuff.
the
I'll put
one
them in.
premium stuff versus two diarrhea, but I'll be nice and I'll put them at the top of solid shit. How's that?
Oh my god, no.
Hell
They
yeah.
deserve way more. Like when people say like, "Oh my god, Dream Theater's so technical," like I feel like if they heard Spiral Architect, their minds would be blown. Cause like to me, that's like really technical. Like Dream Theater is like I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded to technical bands, but Dream Theater doesn't sound that technical to me. Just like okay, it's like a pedestrian. Anyway,
Mekong Delta.
oh premium stuff again.
Fuck, I forget. Wait, is this the Cheeseburger Band?
No.
No.
Oh, what are these guys again? I don't remember these guys.
The song that they made on Dog's playlist was, I think it was The Jester. Although it was,
From the Principle of Doubt.
I
Yeah.
remember that. I forgot if I liked it or not.
however, it wasn't that song that really got my feel for them. I actually listened to quite a bit of their self-titled, and it was pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie.
I should have probably played this because the self-titled is like the most basic of their albums. Like it's the most like it's before they got like super crazy, so it's kind of like a good gateway. I should have figured y'all. I should have played that one instead. I should have played the first album. That's my fault. But yeah, I think you'll like the first album, Peach. Like that's up your alley.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a listen. I just don't fucking remember these guys that well. So I'll just let you guys decide between.
I'm gonna say premium stuff because they never put out a bad album. Like some albums are better than others, but they're all like awesome.
Shit, we don't really have room.
There we go. That
Yeah.
worked.
Tiny Mekong.
Yep. Fucking Devin.
All right,
Oh,
are
premium,
these
premium
Cheeseburger
stuff.
Band? Is this the Cheeseburger Band?
Yep.
Okay, then fuck these guys. Absolute diarrhea. Probably the worst band out of all of them. They're worse than fucking Opeth. I never thought I'd ever come across a prog metal band worse than Opeth. But these guys are fucking terrible. Fuck these guys.
I'm gonna be honest, Peach. I didn't know that you hated Oropath this much. I never thought you would.
I really do hate Opeth. Fuck those guys. I can't get into their shit. They're boring as fuck. I've tried so many times to get into their shit. I just can't do it. It just it just doesn't entertain me. It just bores me the fuck out every single time I try to listen to their shit. I just can't do it. Yeah, these guys are worse than Opeth. Fuck these guys.
Yeah. And I feel, for some reason, I feel like with Devin, I need to give more of his stuff a chance. So for now, they're going at like the bottom of cringe.
Wow.
Right, Cynic.
All right, Cynic.
Premium stuff.
I think I'd probably have to put them in pretty nice. They're a pretty cool band, from what I've heard from them. They're pretty sick.
To me, they're just like the worst version of like Death and Atheist.
I like how they sound similar to Death and Atheist. That's kind of what I like about them.
I
They're
would
like
say
Death
that
and Atheist, but with like clean-ish vocals. So I can admire them.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that they don't share like, because I mean they were in Death. Like two of the main guys, Sean and Paul were in Death, and they were also friends with the guys from Atheist. So I mean, obviously there's influence there, but I feel like Cynic, they brought so much to the table, and it was it was so visionary for the time. Like it was just like, I mean, they used to open for Cannibal Corpse and get like crazy boos because they were just playing this weird jazz fusion death metal. Like think about that at the time, like jazz fusion death metal, like that was like kind of a very avant-garde thing for the time. It was like very weird.
Well, I don't think they deserve credit just because they got hate. I think that's kind of an unfair way to judge them. I mean, I
It
still
wasn't
think
it wasn't necessarily that either. It wasn't just that, but I mean they were kind of the first to do it, where it was like, I mean, Atheist kind of touched on jazz a bit, but like Cynic went full on jazz fusion. I mean, you have like the Holdsworth
I'd say
leads.
Atheists are pretty jazzy already. I'd say
Yeah, but
Atheists.
they were. It was kind of more subtle. I feel like with until they got to Elements. Elements is when they went full on. We're just going like full on jazzy, whereas like Unquestionable Presence was more of like a. It hinted. It was like more technical. I feel more than like progressive, but I would put them premium stuff just because like how visionary they were and like how influential they are, and then also like Focus alone puts them there.
I definitely think they're cool. I'll put them. I'd probably put them in pretty nice. They're a pretty cool band.
Sorry guys, but I think they're cringe.
That's funny. I mean, I guess that's
Why do you think
fair.
they're
I
cringe?
don't know. I think they're a pretty cool band overall.
I don't know.
Because of the Death and Atheist thing?
I mean, not just that, but like, I don't know. They just don't like click with me.
Usually people that hate them say, oh, I fucking hate the robot vocals. That's what people usually hate about them.
No, it's not like the robot vocals. It's just like overall. I'm not. I just don't get it.
You gotta open up your third eye, man.
Yeah, exactly. Do it. Open up your third eye, and all will be clear.
Going, it's like, and it's okay.
All right, that's fair, I guess.
Oh, the big boys.
Oh God.
Last, but not least.
The Mushogi boys.
Oh boy. Okay. Trying to decide where I'd put them, honestly.
Premium stuff. Easy.
I'd probably put them in. I'd say probably cringe. I mean, like, I guess
Why cringe?
their songs are okay, but like, I'm just not a fan of them. I mean, they're really just like I mean, I guess it's impressive how like they invented Degent, but like I'm just not into them, and I'm not into Degent either. Like Meshuggah, like overall, I'd say they're really just chug chug. They're just a chuggy boringness band, really. I'd probably put them in cringe.
I feel like that's like there's like a lot to deconstruct about what you just said. In
Like
terms of
what?
like being a simplistic chug band, I mean, I feel like that's kind of selling them short. I always like to call them this, like the whole gent thing. I feel like they're gent in the way that Van Halen is glam metal. It's like they
Yeah,
inspired
Halen's
gent.
glam
Meshuggah
metal.
inspired gent for sure, but I wouldn't call them a gent band.
Well,
I
here's
always
the
call
thing.
them.
Well, here's the thing about Van Halen. Since you brought him up, yeah, Van Halen are mostly hard rock and heavy metal, but they do have a little bit of glam metal with them. So you're kind of just proving my point. Meshuggah is mostly
I'm talking
a
about
more
glam metal in the sense of like they were
like,
the Sunset Strip glam metal.
well, I see what you mean, but like, I mean, Van Halen, they still played the style of glam metal. I mean, they weren't necessarily like part of like the whole girls culture of glam metal. Um, but like they still definitely count as glam metal. I'd say the same for Meshuggah. Like I mean, they're not trying to be degent, but I mean they kind of just invented it accidentally because like they're trying to um just like just like get more heavy with the sound, but like at the same time try to stay like prog. I'd say they definitely count as degent, but I mean for the
I
most
feel like
part it's
they
prog metal.
were what they were originally going for was like I always called them progressive groove metal. Like to me, they're like a groove metal band that got progressive.
I wouldn't call them groove metal at all.
They
I
are
mean they're
totally. I'm
groovy, don't get me wrong, but like they're just they're just progressive all the way through, and they're just
Oh
really
yeah, they're they're super progressive. I'm not going to say they aren't, but they have that pulse. They have that groove pulse always in their music. Like you can always bop along to a Meshuggah song, no matter how like the polyrhythms are going. You can kind
That's
of
why I
lock.
say they're a degen band. I mean that's basically what degen is. It's basically like
Uh,
groovier, heavier prog metal.
like I look at gent bands like Periphery or Tesseract, like those type of
Yeah,
bands where it's
Periphery is
like
definitely a degen band for sure.
I always look at like a gent like you have to be kind of like a yuppie to be a gent band. You have to be kind of like you have to have like a goatee and you have to have like a headless guitar
It's not
and you have to
really
like
about
be
the
by your
fashion sense. You can still be like any genre, no matter what, like how you dress or present yourself.
I'm
And
just saying
Meshuggah are really, I'd really count them as a degen band. I mean, I'd say for the most part they're prog metal though, just normal prog.
I feel like the way they went about things was super prog. Like I mean originally they like the reason they played 8 strings was because originally they wanted to make songs with only bass guitars. Like
What the fuck?
they wanted to have just all bass guitars, and some guy, some guitar builder guy,
I would
was
say
like,
that's ridiculous, but at the same time, I've seen grindcore bands like local grindcore bands before that have only played with bass and they actually sound pretty
"Oh yeah,
decent.
there's bands that do that. You can do that, but I think what they wanted what they wanted to do was just get like a really heavy low sound, and so like I feel like the way they go about things is very prog,
It is
but
for sure.
they have a groove sentiment to them. But I mean, some people
I
might
had
say, "Oh, that's like gent," but I don't know. We're getting
that's
into semantics here.
basically what Gent is, but yeah. Anyway, I definitely put them in cringe. I don't hate them, but overall I think they're just boring and annoying. So I'd say they're definitely a cringe band for sure.
Okay, now after all that, I have to stand by my boy Doc here. They, they're fucking premium stuff. Like one of my first metal bands. Still hold quite a lot of appreciation for them.
I'm surprised you still like them.
Why is that a surprise to still like them? I'm
I just thought
confused
you
by
would have
that.
moved on by them by now. That's all.
How can you move on from Meshuggah? Like they're amazing.
Because they're boring. That's why.
And
You
yeah,
like the thing that okay, I'm gonna tell you like the basic thing that makes them awesome is they have like sledgehammer grooves. It's like
I
when they
mean,
just
like it's cool. Like when a band is groovy, it's just like I can't really do Meshuggah. I mean, maybe I'll. I mean, sure, maybe I'll try to give him a decent chance, but like another decent chance. But like overall, I think they're just pretty boring.
I can see
Uh,
okay, I can see okay, like going
hold
from
on,
like looking at it from your
this average
perspective.
out to pretty nice.
I mean, looking at it from your perspective, okay, like let's say I hated the riffs they played. I would probably hate them too because they play those riffs a lot. But like
I
to
don't
me,
hate
they're
them.
good riffs.
I don't hate
Okay,
them.
imagine
They're pretty boring.
imagine a band playing a really great riff over and over again that you really like.
Yeah.
You did think that band's amazing, right?
Uh, it really depends. It really depends on the way they go about doing that. Like, are they playing it in like a um continuous vibe kind of way, or are they playing it in like a oh hey, we're just gonna play this just because you know we don't want to write the rest of the song and we just want to like uh sound really cool and hopefully we can just pull this off. That's kind of the vibe Meshuggah gives to me.
Mm, I wouldn't say they do that. I've seen like documentaries of them like writing albums, and yeah, they don't write that way. It's very
All right. I mean, I'm pretty surprised, but I mean, like overall, they're just not my kind of stuff.
Have you ever
Like,
heard Destroy, Erase, Improve or Contradictions Collapse?
what the fuck? That's a long name.
those are
Possibly.
two
Or
albums.
yeah, they're two albums.
Oh, two albums. Probably not.
I think you'll
I'm
probably like Contradictions Collapse. That's like thrash. That's almost like pizza thrash almost. Like it's borderline almost.
like they started as a thrash band. Like I think I've heard some of their thrash stuff. I mean, I'd say it was better than their prog stuff, but like, I mean, overall, I'm just not too into Meshuggah. Once again, I don't hate them. I'm just not into them. I just think overall they're pretty boring.
Okay, but
Hmm.
Peach, are you one of those people who would rather like listen to something boring or something that like actively pisses you off?
That's a good question. Um,
Would you
hmm.
rather listen to Meshuggah or Devin Townsend?
Uh, Definitely Meshuggah. I'll definitely take Meshuggah over them.
Like I'm one of those people who would rather just listen to something that actively like just pisses me off because at least I'm feeling something.
Okay, that's fair. That is a fair point. But at the same time, Meshuggah, like I swear, if I listen to enough of their stuff, I might find something I'd actually kind of like. That's why I'd rather listen to them. Honestly, I may give them another decent chance, but like for now, I'd have to say they're cringe. By the
I'm
way,
gonna
wouldn't
I'm
since me saying they're cringe and you guys saying they're premium stuff, wouldn't that at least average out to pretty nice?
Uh, no,
no because we
because
have two
it's
people
too.
saying premium stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, Meshuggah, the greatest thing that new metal ever pushed out.
Oh boy.
I would rather honestly I would rather call them new metal than gent. I would rather them be new metal.
Definitely new metalish. I mean, I'd say they're definitely gent though.
I'm gonna send you a video. I'm gonna send I'm gonna send Peach that video that we were watching. Scarlet, you think
Oh,
that
okay.
she's gonna dig? You think she's gonna
What
dig
video?
that?
I don't know.
Wait, what video?
That one live video you like we were watching
Yeah,
with the
I
light.
know what video you're talking about, but I don't know if like Peach will.
I do not. Is it a Meshuggah song?
It's literally
Concert.
just a show of them playing live.
Oh, okay. I'd like you to try to send me some Opeth that I'd actually like, though.
Okay.
That would
I'll
be
send
interesting.
that. I'll send
Oh.
that to you.
Yeah, I'll send you that one Oropath song that I like.
Alright.
Okay, but
What's
Sounds
the song, by the way?
I'll tell you when I stop recording. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was the
You guys
the prog metal
all over
tier list.
me
Guys,
to like Meshuggah, but yeah.
Make sure you dislike and unsubscribe. Please fucking unsubscribe. My channel is worthless. Please, I'm begging you.
It's a good channel. It's great. I love it.
Anyway, yeah, peace.
Peace.
Peace.